Good start, a little bit of swing away from the left-hander this time.
Oh, I just saw it in the previous warm-up match. Again, you get that searching length. Aussie's got it a little bit carved early on. No, a little bit too full in terms of start, but there's that lovely length. That's good position in terms of pitch length. Trying to find your rhythm is so key early on.
Speaking of rhythm, I think Ben Stokes is overstepping well and truly here. Just have a little look. Sam Curran does well, but I just thought that first ball looked a long way over the line for mine.
Yes, that's a very, very good shot from Shan Masood. Pulled it really well. Didn't quite get up as much as, oh my God. That's a massive no ball. What? How can that not be called?
Well, Richard Illingworth is used to being on the elite panel, and everything else is done for him, isn't it? Normally, he's got to do the job himself today. Might have called that one. I think he's called this one, has he? Has the arm gone out or not? From Richard Illingworth, we'll turn and see. It has. It has. Meatloaf said 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Well, let's say 1 out of 3.
Very good, Dooley. Yeah, and well, English bowling, and as an Englishman and umpiring at this end, Richard Illingworth. So it can't be lenient, that lenient. Thank you, Sir Richard. There we go.
Free hit upcoming for Shan Masood. Change of angle around the wicket for Ben Stokes. 2 men deep on the leg side. Goes over the offside very well for 4. Couple of bounces into the boundary. Makes the most of the free hit.
It's a very good shot as well, because he waited for the delivery. It was a slower delivery, waited for that, and then picked his spot. It's a very good shot.
Well, he did want to change the angle, Ben Stokes. Didn't help him at all. One of those go-to areas for Masood. So he's known for his test cricket, that longer version, but he's worked very hard in the last 2 or 3 years on the white ball game.
Michael Goff. And standing alongside Richard Illingworth, one of the best in the game at the moment, Michael Goff, a tall man from the north of England. Yes, nay. Sent him back early enough. Yeah, had a good season with Derbyshire this year under the tutelage of Mickey Arthur, and has now been poached by Darren Gough, who is the head of cricket at Yorkshire, and Shan Masood is off there to captain Yorkshire in next year's county championship.
Of course, cricket lovers will appreciate too that Mickey Arthur was involved with Pakistan for some time, not that long ago. Little top edge, and you take him all the same. Arthur was involved with Pakistan for some time, not that long ago. Little top edge, and you take him all the same. So Shan Masood, he's picked up a couple of boundaries in a very, very long over. It's 14 for no wicket after 1 over.
Not quite very intended, but it doesn't matter. Ball got a little too big on him. And this is a T20 format. You just try and score off every delivery. You don't want any dot balls.
Take them? Just a fraction for leg. Yeah, like so. Do you need middle? Center, middle. Thank you.
Sam Curran, good economy rate, strike rate as well. He's been in amongst the wickets of late too. He's been one of England's best lately. Got some tricks up his sleeve, has Sam Curran.
He certainly does. He gets the ball to curve back in very, very nicely to the right hander, gets them out LBW. Also has one that goes with the angle, the left hand over the angle. If you keep on bowling those deliveries around the off stump, which keep coming back into the right hander, sometimes the right handers do tend to play at deliveries outside the off stump.
Eric, a little bit of bounce as well, Sonny.
Yes, he's always trying something or the other. Sam Curran, very, very good cricketer, looking to get better than yesterday with both bat and ball.
We can all appreciate that the modern white ball doesn't tend to swing for very long, but this fellow can get it just to curve enough. Might only go for, well, 6 to 10 deliveries. Decides to go into the pitch this time, but I don't mind that. Even if you get driven down the ground and you've got to slip in, and there is that carry, that little bit of extra bounce here in Australia, and particularly at the Gabba, that if you do get driven on the up, sometimes, yeah, it'll go through the gap, go for 4, but you are looking to get people out. So now you got Masood, a left-hander, with no slip-in. Butler says no. We're going to stack the offside. Backward point on the fence, deep backward square on the fence. There you go. That's what we love, that length there, just curves enough. So I think, Josh, what about a slip? What about a slip in?
Might be a good idea because he's getting the ball to move away quite smartly. Shan Masood back and across, and feeling for that around the off stump.
Was this one lovely? Just pounced on a little bit of length and picks up 4 more.
Well, nothing really wrong with that delivery. It's just a fabulous shot from Shan Masood. Wasn't exactly a short delivery, short of length, but he got into position so quickly and then just pulls it away. Magnificent, absolutely magnificent.
Well, he's the batting advisor here is a certain Matthew Hayden, and that was very Hayden-like, because that bullish punch in front of mid-wicket, in front, on this particular ground where Hayden did that so often.
This time offside, over at point, and that one might race away for 4 more. It does. Really good quality cricket from Shan Masood. Finishes the second over, 23 without loss.
Right arm over, gents. Getting the ball in.
Matthew Hayden, batting consultant for Pakistan. I remember getting bashed all around this ground by him at one stage, way back on a submerging players tour that I came on.
You were going under badly.
Played a few games for New Zealand and I got selected in the A side. I think I just called it the submerging team.
Gold.
I was on my way down, Danny, and Matthew Hayden was coming back from injury. I think he had us for about 180 around this ground, the big fella. There was a bit of HH last night, wasn't there, Sonny? Bit of Haydos hospitality.
Yes, and that's why I'm pretty certain why he's wearing those dark shades at this time of the night, because even after we left, he must have carried on. Yes, the Pakistan team was also there yesterday. They had a lovely meal, I'm sure. And of course, Haydos' hospitality, we all know.
Cooked up a great feed. His daughter Grace has taken on the cooking roles as well. She puts a lot of videos on social media. She's been part of the coverage for the Racing Carnival in the last week as well. There's so much happening in Australia at the moment. And ICC Men's T20 World Cup taking centre stage. Some of Ricky Ponting's fine product was on show as well, Sonny.
Oh, that's nice. Very nice, Ricky. Ricky Ponting show will be interesting. He's got a fine range of the reds going.
Oh, speaking of fine, that is a quality shot away over extra cover. On the up, Chris Jordan.
Well, this is exactly what opening batsmen look to do in the first 6 overs. You'll find that this is the approach that just about every team has. Doesn't matter how many wickets they lose, but they want to capitalize on the 2 fielders only outside the 30-meter circle and throw their bats at just about everything.
Now, Hyder Ali in recent times, he's shown some of his wares. It's an opportunity inside the power play.
4 more. That goes past Adil Rashid, I think it is, inside the circle on the leg side behind square. And Hyder Ali will pick up 4 more.
Well, Tom Moody was mentioning in the previous warm-up game, most players will prefer to bat at the top of the innings. Ball coming on, opportunities with only 2 men out, and give yourself a chance to get in, get going, and then see if you can kick on. Well, Hyder Ali with a wonderful opportunity in this warm-up game prior to a certain big game at the MCG on Sunday.
Into the 3rd over of the innings, I look at what's happened from an England point of view so far, and I don't believe that this would be any of the 3 bowlers that be used in the first 3 overs of their first up game. This is about opportunities, I think, and just seeing what's out there, because to me, David Willey, Reece Topley, you would think, and Chris Wokes would be taking the first 3 overs, I would have thought. Interested spectators, of course, having just played this afternoon. India, it's the big clash first up. We know what happened first up in the UAE when this big clash took place. It was the all green and white on the right that took the spoils. Last year's ICC Men's T20 World Cup. Who will it be at the Melbourne Cricket Ground this time round in front of what's expected to be 95,000 people, sold out MCG? Oh, it's an exciting one. It's always one to look forward to, Sonny.
It is. And you will find it is mainly the bowlers who are down here. The batsmen seem to have gone back to the hotel. But it's mainly those who are going to be bowling to Pakistan who are here. Yeah, there is Mohammad Shami, Rishabh Pant is around. Hardik Pandya, Akshar Patel, Harshal Patel.
Okay, gentlemen, left hand.
36 for no loss in 3.
Right, the pace of Mark Wood. These 2 sides have seen a lot of each other lately as well. And that final over of the previous game was Unbelievable. Mohamed Shami had been in the nets, just a little bit of a warm-up. There was a chat to Rohit Sharma. He came in. This catch from Virat Kohli got himself horribly out of position. I was right down there on the boundary, and then had to charge back, threw a hand up, caught it. There was a run-out, good throw from Shami. Then the Yorker ripped that one through. That was brilliant. And another one. Thanks very much. 3 for 4. And the run-out in the over closed it out nicely.
I was on air at the time, Sonny G alongside and Tom Moody, and I said, Moods, from a coaching perspective, mate, a little bit worried about you, the guy, one of your trump cards coming back from injury, just 1 over. Come on, just come and bowl the last, mate. Slip in a couple of Yorkers and we'll nail these suckers. And you're worried about him running around, perhaps doing something like a hammy, for instance. You haven't been in the field. You've been, what, maybe bowling a few overs out in the nets, out the back. But to come out and bowl the ultimate over, the last one, and they needed, what, a dozen? Needed a dozen off the last 11 or something, and fell well short. Fell 6 short, thanks to the man on the right there with some great Yorkers.
I really like it. It's something that Ian Bishop and I talked a lot about through the CPL, was almost a bullpen type situation. You want nets on the side, by the dugouts, where batters can just power hit balls into the nets, where bowlers can get a bit of a run up and bowl. If they have to come in, batters warming up, just hitting balls into nets right beside the dugout, getting ready for what's going on. You see it all the time in baseball. I've got no problem with it. In cricket, I think it's the sort of thing that might be the next step in getting ready to play. Concussion replacements, remember, you can't just get off the bench and get out there and perform. You need a bit of a warm-up. You need something.
Oh, absolutely. And that's why there was that a little bit of a worry. That's a very good bouncer from Mark Wood. Very well directed. Not too high. But yes, I think you need bowlers in particular. You need them to be warming up so that when they come in to bowl, they are absolutely spot on. No danger of then having a pulled muscle or causing some injury. But that final over from Shami was absolutely terrific. He has a point or two to prove. He wasn't in the original squad, and for somebody who's been in the Indian squad for a long, long time, that would have hurt.
Well, there's the incentive, isn't it? You've been left out. You've had some niggles. You had some injuries, sure, and you're possibly into his latter stages of his career. Everyone knows that. But man, what an over! And I'm hearing you, Dooley. I was with you there at the CPL, and we were discussing that. In fact, off air as well, with Big Bish, Ian Bishop. And I think, the game's looking to go that way. You'll have specialist fielders possibly come on, specialist different guys come in at different times, whether it's batting or bowling. And that's where I think the game will certainly head, moving into the future of T20.
Good start for Mark Wood so far. Just the 2 runs, 1 ball remaining in his first over. Well, with some good pace, it'll be 3 singles and a couple of leg byes. So 5 runs from the over, 4 gone. It is 41 for none.
Come over.
14 runs of the first over of Ben Stokes. And he's clearly having some issues with his front foot landing. Saw that in the first over as well. The second or the third attempt was called by the umpire. This time, proactive from the very first ball. Doesn't have legs as long as Tom Moody, you'd understand that.
Yeah, this is a real concern. That's a big no ball. And as we well know, it's a huge penalty to be overstepping in this format of the game. And if Ben Stokes is a key figure in their bowling attack, That is the England bowling attack. He needs to get this right.
He had the license to go for it. Couldn't capitalise on it. Chris Jordan admit off. Does it just come down to a day, Tom, or is it something that's probably not focused as much on during nets? The front foot landing, the importance of getting it right?
Oh, I think it's focused very much at training. I think it's to do with regards to Ben Stokes in this situation. I think it's to do with the fact that he hasn't done a lot of bowling, and therefore he hasn't got the rhythm. Therefore he's just overstriding at the crease. Now, bowling is all about rhythm, to be able to get the consistency of pace, consistency of control, and it all starts with a run-up. And if that doesn't feel right and you're not really in the same position consistently at the crease, you're always going to be under pressure, whether it be on the front foot or whether it be with your control with the ball.
For all the viewers tuning in and possibly wondering where's Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan. Done bulk of the batting in all the series building up to this. It's Pakistan giving an opportunity. Usually their middle order batters to get a hit out there in the middle. It's a tricky one.
Nice work, Ricky. Hold Stokes.
Need a bit of a double-edged sword. Good runs have been coming from Babar's bat, from Mohammad Rizwan's bat, but a lot of talk that they bat deep into the innings and perhaps not enough faith in the middle order.
Well, I think this is a wonderful opportunity for both these players, because Shan Masood and Haider Ali are both part of that middle order. Now they've got a chance at the top of the order. And that's flicked away for 4. So nicely picked up, just drifting into that leg stump. So it's just a chance for them to get runs on the board. As we know, batting in the middle order, sometimes you only come in, you only get 6 or 7 overs. Here they've got a chance to bat the full 20 if they're good enough. But to get some valuable runs, get confidence, so therefore it gives the whole team confidence going in to the tournament that yes, they're proven top order in Rizwan and Babar are set with a confident middle order.
This one stop edge. Jos Buttler, he's called for it. Safely deposited into those gloves. Ben Stokes gets the first breakthrough for England.
Yeah, just an off. It looked like an off-pace delivery into the surface, and Haider Ali just not getting the timing at all. Jos Buttler completing quite a simple catch. Opening stand of 48 comes to an end.
Is it over?
Usually deputy to Babar Azam, today captain of this side. Shadab Khan comes into bat at 3. Ben Stokes has got a wicket in this over. Last ball. Starts out with the bouncer. Bit too high. We'll have to bowl that again. Lost his balance. Forced the delivery as well.
That's the other thing bowlers have to get used to playing in Australia with the extra pace and bounce in the surfaces, is getting the length of that short ball right. Throwing everything into it there, Ben Stokes, but just dragging it a bit too short, therefore giving away a wide.
Gets off the mark, Shadab Khan. Should convert that into an easy 2. 52 for 1 at the end of 5.
Left hand.
Livy, get on that, please. Fine leg. Coming around, Sean. Yeah. Leg some. Centre.
(25 of 15 balls). Shan Masood. Chris Jordan will deliver the last over of power play. Strong off the offside. Seen a game earlier at this very ground, India and Australia. Probably wanting to achieve different things, playing in the order that they're likely to in the World Cup. Pakistan promoting their middle order batters. Just wanted to get a move on. Haider Ali had played 15 deliveries prior to this for his 18. It's the luxury of Ben Stokes that Joss Butler and England have. When in rhythm, when with some miles in his legs. Absolute luxury. He's found the gap on the onside. Pick up a boundary.
Yeah, it wasn't short from Jordan. He just changed the angle by coming round the wicket. And Shan Masood just setting himself to play at leg side regardless of length. Picks up his 5th boundary. Healthy strike rate of 170, so a good start from him. He again will be desperately keen to get a decent score here just to firm up his position in the side at number 3.
Probably read Chris Jordan would make some adjustments to the line, trying to make some room for himself. Fakhar Zaman was a senior pro. Pakistan had appointed at number 3, but off late going in with Shan Masood, giving him some game time before the World Cup.
There is a school of thought that Shan Masood should open the batting so they've got the left-right-hander combination and either Bubba or Rizwan bat 3. Because they all sort of bat at a similar tempo. They're just trying to break up that left-right combination at the top.
Just going to look for 2 and get that again. Where do you stand on that school of thought, Tom? Because even during the Asia Cup, and there was a little bit of a chat, could you just get Fakhar Zaman maybe to open up and break that Babar Rizwan and Mohammad Rizwan, Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan partnership? Just add a little bit of depth to that middle order.
It does. I think it's a tricky one. They've done so well as a combination at the top, the 2 right-handers, that it's hard at this stage to be breaking that momentum. They've done it, and done it successfully for a good year or so. Beautifully played. Just opened the face on that. Shan Masood finds the gap behind square on the offside for 4.
6 boundaries now of his bat. Previous one in this over. Got that on the onside, but here speeds the fielder at backward point. Good start this for Pakistan. Chris Jordan coming in for a bit of a stick. 23 already of the 11 balls that he's bowled. Change of field. Just pushing the cover fielder back in the deep. Last ball off this over. Just rolled his fingers. Quick to latch onto that. 3rd boundary of the over. 66 for 1, end of power play.
Right arm over.
Fine, Arash.
Liam Livingstone, a man who can do everything.
Oh.
Usually referred to as the six-hitting machine, but also a lot of value with the ball. Can bowl off breaks, can dart in some seam ups, and also give it a rip and get some wrist spin going. It's interesting with Shadab coming in at 3. They have been experimenting with their batting order. I think Shadab Khan, Mohammad Nawaz, if Pakistan can get a little more from these two with the bat, can just allow them to bring in a little extra pace in their outfit, an extra pacer maybe.
Yeah, I think Shadab over recent times has batted for mine too low. You know, he's found himself at 8, at 9 at times. To me, he could easily, after around about that 12th over mark, come into play because he's had a good time of it over the last couple of years. It's beautifully played over the offside, but I tell you, the fielder's raced around. He's going to take a good catch, Sam Curran out there. So that's the end of Shan Masood.
The fielder in the deep. But just this attempt. Bowls the off break. Attempting to go inside out. Takes the aerial route. And Sam Curran's got a very safe pair of hands. Shan Masood departs for 39 of 22 deliveries. Pakistan now 67 for 2.
Woody, do you want to go off for a minute? You want to stay out? Go on then, Dave. Nah. Next one, brother.
Iftikhar Ahmed comes in at number 4 to give Shadab Khan some company. 540 runs, a strike rate of 125.6. It's been hotly debated. Those in the know-how expect and believe that it could be much better than that. It's got to take the game a bit forward now. 2 wickets in quick succession. Shan Masood the last to fall.
He's looking to hit that over extra cover, but just gets himself a little bit inside out, and Sam Curran making some good ground at deep cover.
Catch!
Calls for catch it. Chris Jordan charging in. Good attempt there. Felt like he got the distance, had the ball as well, but it pops out.
Well, that's a rare sight. You don't see Chris Jordan drop too many catches. He did make some excellent ground. He's very quick across the turf, but he got there comfortably at the end.
Case of in and out. Very impressive first over from Liam Livingstone. Gets the breakthrough, 70 for 2.
Salty, you got that, mate? Mo, do you want a mid-wicket?
Change guys, I am over.
CJ, stay mid-wicket. Oh, no, you go, sorry. Cool. 2, Livy, go for it. Yeah, mid-wicket.
The all-rounders keep coming in for England.
Oh,
Liam Livingstone the previous over. In comes Moeen Ali. Gives you full control with his off breaks. 40 wickets, 8.42 economy. He's played that late. It's a good shot to get your first boundary of the evening.
Yeah, this is beautifully played. He just waited on this, so he made sure he gets it far enough behind point to beat the deep cover point.
Sweeps the next one for a single. There's a lot of talk these days, Tom. Irrespective of the conditions, you see captains who win the toss, usually in the subcontinent, even more so. Everyone wants to chase down totals. So how do you go about building your first innings total? You just assess the conditions and make sure you don't lose too many wickets. What's the sort of clarity that is discussed? Is it fluid all the time?
Well, I think a lot depends on the conditions you're playing. You know, if you know you've got a pretty good surface, it's getting that base as quickly as possible
Lovely, buddy.
and trying to go hard early. There's no point batting first knowing you're batting on a good surface, and the first 8 overs you're sort of going at a pedestrian pace. You need to pull the trigger pretty early.
Catch it. Beautiful, Moeen.
Just that boundary after that. Controlling the proceedings, Moeen Ali. Uses the box pretty well. Goes wide of the crease. Alex Hales has now found himself
Last one.
comfortable
Come
spot
across, please.
in the England playing 11. 7 runs from the over so far. Jos Buttler busy making some field changes. Single to long on. At the end of 8, Pakistan are 78 for 2.
More of Livingston. No surprises. Get an over and you're successful. Let's have another half a dozen deliveries. Stand and skipper today, or tonight rather. Shadib Khan. Let's see what he can produce. Given that Jos Buttler won the toss, said, look, we're going to go up front as a group. Want to do something different. It's not all about batting first in these conditions. Even though they did so successfully against Australia in Perth and Canberra, he felt that it was time to do something a little bit different. Change it up, be very adaptable to anything thrown at you in this format.
Go on, Elsie!
No, he said no. Hyder Ali said, no, we won't. Captain, you're a bit quicker than me. Younger legs. Now we saw a 186 scored. Just wonder what's possible here tonight, Simon Doull. Batting first, Pakistan.
Yeah, it does. The obviously their key men at the top, Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan, but Shadab's taken more responsibility of recent times as well with the bat. He's batted in the top 6 regularly. He's taken on more responsibility. Been decent. No toe on that, I don't think, from Livingston. Ends the over, 82 for 2.
Predictions of what they could possibly get, given what's going on. Geez, we love a drone cam. It's not. We out of a jet, won't it? It's got to fly. It's way too high for a drone, surely. Above the clouds, a low-lying cloud around the Gabba. Fabulous pics. There's Rashid. We'll see how he goes in terms of gripping at night and see if he can get into his work.
That's the long end of the boundary, so he's doing the right thing, trying to cramp the batsman for room, bowling at the pads.
Oh, yes, yes. Nice rush.
You've got to take the odd chance. Even if it's a tight single, you don't want a dot ball. You want to take a chance, particularly when the boundaries aren't coming easy.
You saw a couple of great run-outs, particularly one from Virat Kohli's side on. Be on your toes, on your game. Great outfields here in Australia to pick up one-handed, and that is delightful. Really is a wonderful little reverse sweep here from Iftikhar Ahmed.
I love the shot. Absolutely terrific shot. This is such a modern age shot and so well executed. Look at that. Along the ground, between the fielders. Great connection, great placement.
And relatively safe as well, Sonny. I think that's the key. From the angle that Adil Rashid is bowling, he's not going to get you out LBW. So it's a relatively safe shot trying to hit, generally with the spin, unless it's the wrong end.
Salty, great moving, boy.
Thinking 2. Oh, sent back. No, you've got to get 2 there. It's 82 metres out of the fence, and even though it was shy of that, it's still a long, long way to get the ball all the way back to Jos Buttler. Have to take that on, surely. Yeah, little top edge will be safe. Watch the spin, as they say. And it is a warm-up, some will be saying. Crazy. We've had 10 overs. I think we're going to have a drink, the umpires and the players. A light refreshment at 89 for 2.